Yes, absolutely. The concept can be perfectly adapted to Stoicism. While Jung looks at the subconscious and Machiavelli looks at strategy, Stoicism looks at character and perception. If a Stoic asks, "Which cup do you choose?" they are really asking, "How do you handle adversity? How do you perceive the world? Where do you find your tranquility?" Here is the rewritten script, approximately 3,000 words, tailored for an American audience and optimized for text-to-speech TTS. It focuses on the Stoic virtues, wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Before you even realize it, your mind has already made a judgment. Do not mistake this moment for a simple preference. Do not mistake this for a trivial decision about aesthetics. In the grand theater of life, every choice we make is a reflection of our character. It is a reflection of how we order our internal world against the chaos of the external one. We live in an era of distraction. We are constantly bombarded by impressions, by advertisements, by the opinions of others, and by the unruly passions of our own minds. The ancient Stoics men like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus taught that the quality of our life is determined not by what happens to us, but by how we perceive what happens to us. They taught that while we cannot control the world, we can have absolute command over our own reasoned choice. The cup you are drawn to is not just a vessel for coffee. It is a symbol of your philosophy of life. It represents how you practice the dichotomy of control. It reveals what you value is its stability. Is it acceptance? Is it endurance? Or is it an appreciation for the fleeting nature of the present moment? When you reach for a specific cup, you are unknowingly selecting a tool for your spirit. You are choosing the mindset you wish to embody when the coffee touches your lips and you prepare to face the day. Stoicism is not about the suppression of emotion, as many falsely believe. It is about the domestication of emotion. It is about finding a stillness that cannot be shaken by fortune, good or bad. So, let us strip away the noise. Let us look at these 4 cups not as consumer products, but as testing grounds for your virtue. In front of you are 4 coffee cups. Do not analyze them for their beauty. Beauty is an external, indifferent. Do not analyze them for their price. Wealth is not a virtue. Instead, ask yourself a question of character. Which one of these feels like the truth? Which one represents the state of mind you need to survive and flourish? Which one reflects the architecture of your soul? Choose instinctively. Your instinct, when trained by reason, is your best guide. There are no wrong answers, but there are different paths to the summit of wisdom. Each cup represents a different Stoic discipline. Make your choice. Lock it in. Now, let us examine the philosophy of your soul. If your eyes locked onto the first cup, the clean, minimalist, structured design, you are walking the path of the disciplined mind. You are drawn to the Stoic virtue of temperance. In a world addicted to excess, you have chosen simplicity. You resonate with the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, who constantly reminded himself to strip away the superfluous, to look at things nakedly, and to see them for what they truly are. You do not need decoration. You do not need noise. You need clarity. You are drawn to this cup because you value objective judgment. When you look at a problem, you do not add a story to it. You do not say, "This is a catastrophe." You say, "This is an event." You separate the fact from your opinion of the fact. This minimalism reflects a mind that seeks to declutter itself. You believe that peace is found in subtraction, not addition. Your greatest strength is focus and self-control. In a crisis, while others are wailing and complaining about how unfair the universe is, you are calm. You are the eye of the storm. You have trained yourself to need very little because you desire little. You are difficult to manipulate. You are difficult to disappoint. You have built a fortress of order within yourself. You understand that most of what people worry about is merely smoke and mirrors. By choosing this clean cup, you are affirming a commitment to essentialism. You focus on what is necessary, and you discard the rest. However, every virtue, when taken to an extreme without wisdom, can become a vice. For the disciplined mind, the trap is rigidity and coldness. The Stoics warned against becoming a statue. They taught us to be free of passion, but full of love. Your obsession with order and cleanliness can sometimes make you intolerant of the messy nature of humanity. You might find yourself judging others for their lack of discipline. You might find yourself frustrated when reality does not fit into your neat, minimalist boxes. You risk becoming emotionally sterile, mistaking the absence of feeling for the presence of peace. You might push people away because their chaotic emotions disturb your carefully curated tranquility. Consider a scenario where a friend comes to you in tears over a mistake they made. Your instinct is to offer them a solution, to tell them to calm down, to explain logically why their tears are unnecessary, but logic is not always what is needed. Sometimes, what is needed is fellowship. If you are too rigid, you fail to practice the Stoic concept of sympathia, the understanding that we are all part of the same human organism, connected and interdependent. To maximize your potential, you must learn to soften your edges. You must learn that while you can control your own mind, you cannot control the world, and the world is inherently messy. True discipline is not just about keeping your desk clean. It is about keeping your heart open even when things are chaotic. Practice the discipline of assent. Say yes to what is true, but do not shut out what is human. Maintain your clarity, yes, but let your minimalism make room for compassion. If you were drawn to the second cup, the one with texture, warmth, and the imperfections of history, you are walking the path of the sage of acceptance. You are drawn to the Stoic concept of Amor Fati, the love of fate. You do not seek the shiny and the new. You understand a profound truth that Seneca wrote about that time conquers all. And there is a beauty in the wearing down of things. You chose this cup because it feels real. It has scratches, it has flaws, it has a story, and just like this cup, you accept the scratches and flaws in your own life. Your greatest strength is resilience through acceptance. You do not fight against reality when something bad happens. A breakup, a job loss, a failure. You do not waste energy wishing it were different. You accept it as fuel. You are the embodiment of the Stoic metaphor of the fire. The fire consumes everything thrown into it and turns it into flame and light. You are grounded. You are comfortable with the passing of time. You do not fear aging. You see it as a privilege denied to many. You value utility and comfort over vanity. People come to you because you are not superficial. You offer a deep, grounded wisdom that says, this too is part of life. You're not trying to impress anyone. You are simply trying to live in accordance with nature. But here is the trap for the sage of acceptance, passivity, and nostalgia. There is a fine line between accepting your fate and resigning yourself to it. The Stoics were not passive. They were active participants in their duties. Acceptance does not mean doing nothing. It means accepting the conditions so that you can act effectively within them. You might find yourself becoming too comfortable with the old ways. You might resist necessary change because you are too attached to the comfort of the past. You might confuse enduring with stagnating. You might hold on to a job that drains you or a relationship that has run its course simply because you are so good at bearing it. You risk becoming a relic, looking backward at what was, rather than forward at what duty demands of you now. Imagine a situation where your life requires a bold, aggressive change. Perhaps you need to move to a new city or start a new career. The disciplined mind would plan it. The commander would attack it. But you, the acceptor, might hesitate. You might say, I am content where I am. But is it contentment or is it fear of the new disguised as wisdom? To master your path, you must remember the Stoic discipline of action. Marcus Aurelius didn't just accept the world. He got out of bed every morning to do the work of a human being. Acceptance is the foundation, but action is the structure you build upon it. Love your fate, yes, but ensure that you are also playing your role in the play of life with vigor. Do not just let life happen to you or embrace what happens, and then ask, what is the best use of this moment? If your hand gravitated toward the third cup, the dark, solid, heavy vessel, you are walking the path of the inner citadel. You are drawn to the Stoic virtue of courage and fortitude. You do not hide from the weight of the world. In fact, you prefer it. You resonate with the teachings of Epictetus, the former slave who taught that while our bodies can be chained, our minds can remain free. You chose this cup because it feels substantial. It feels unbreakable. This reflects your approach to life. You believe that life is difficult, and the only proper response is strength. Your greatest strength is endurance. You are the rock against which the waves crash, and yet the rock remains unmoved. You have a high tolerance for pain and discomfort. You do not complain. You view obstacles not as barriers, but as training. When a crisis hits, you are the one standing tall. You are the protector. You are the one who says, I will handle this. You have cultivated what the Stoics call the inner citadel. No matter what happens externally, loss of money, loss of reputation, physical pain, your internal character remains untouched. You are self-reliant. You do not need the applause of the crowd to know your worth. You find satisfaction in the simple knowledge that you did not break. However, the danger for the inner citadel is isolation and hardness. In your quest to be unbreakable, You may have built walls so thick that no one can get in. The Stoics taught self-reliance, yes, but they also taught that humans are social animals, made for cooperation like the feet, the hands, and the eyelids. You risk becoming emotionally unavailable. You might view vulnerability as weakness. When you suffer in silence, refusing help because you believe you must carry the burden alone. You might look down on others who express their pain, judging them as weak. This hardness can make you brittle. A tree that does not bend in the wind will eventually snap. Consider your relationships. Do people feel safe opening up to you? Or do they feel they must present a tough exterior to match yours? If you are always the strong one, you deny others the opportunity to support you. You deny yourself the experience of shared humanity. You risk becoming a tyrant of your own soul, ruling with an iron fist, but lacking the warmth of friendship. To perfect your philosophy, you must learn the strength of vulnerability. It takes more courage to admit you are hurting than it does to pretend you are not. Seneca wrote extensively about grief and friendship. He understood that tears are natural. You must learn to lower the drawbridge of your citadel. Let people in. Understand that needing others is not a violation of Stoic self-reliance. It is an acknowledgement of our shared nature. Be strong for others, yes, but allow yourself to be human. If you are drawn to the fourth cup, the delicate, transparent, or intricately detailed one, you are walking the path of the mindful observer. You are drawn to the Stoic practice of memento mori, the remembrance of death. To the uneducated eye, this choice seems foolish. Why choose something fragile? But you, the student of philosophy, understand a deep truth. It is the fragility of life that gives it value. You chose this cup precisely because it is delicate. Its transient nature forces you to pay attention. Your greatest strength is presence and gratitude. Epictetus famously said that when you kiss your child or your spouse, you should remind yourself that they are mortal, so that you will not take them for granted. You live this philosophy. You understand that this cup and your life could break at any moment. Therefore, you savor the coffee more deeply. You cherish the moment more fully. You are not sleepwalking through life. You are awake. You notice the details that others miss. You have a deep appreciation for beauty, not as a shallow attachment, but as a temporary gift from the universe. You are aligned with the present moment. You do not obsess over the distant future, nor do you dwell on the unchangeable past. You are here, now. But the shadow side of this path is anxiety and attachment. The Stoics warned us against attaching our happiness to things that can be taken away. If you love the cup because it is beautiful, you will be devastated when it breaks. If you love the moment only when it is perfect, you will be miserable when it is not. You might find yourself becoming anxious about loss because you are so aware of fragility. You might try to protect things too much. You might avoid taking risks because you're afraid of breaking what you have. You might become a perfectionist, distressed by the slightest crack in your reality. You risk becoming a prisoner of your own appreciation, terrified of the inevitable change that nature demands. Imagine that this delicate cup slips from your hand and shatters. How do you react? Do you fall apart, or do you say, as the Stoics advise, I have returned it to the universe? The danger for you is that you confuse the enjoyment of the thing with the ownership of the thing. You do not own the cup. You are merely borrowing it. To balance your path, you must practice the discipline of non-attachment. Enjoy the cup, but be ready to let it go without regret. Enjoy your health, your wealth, and your loved ones, but understand that they are not yours to keep forever. Epictetus taught us to say of everything, I have given it back, not I have lost it. Your challenge is to find the courage of the commander and the acceptance of the sage. Enjoy the delicacy of life, but cultivate a core that is not delicate. Be like the water that takes the shape of the cup fluid, present and alive, but be ready to flow on when the cup is broken. Now, step back and look at the 4 cups together. The disciplined mind, the sage of acceptance, the inner citadel, the mindful observer. Which one is the true Stoic? The answer is all of them and none of them. Stoicism is not a single trait. It is a harmony of virtues. The ideal Stoic, the sage, possesses the discipline of the first cup, the acceptance of the second, the courage of the third, and the mindfulness of the fourth. If you are only the fortress, you become a tyrant. If you are only the observer, you become anxious. If you are only the disciplined, you become a robot. If you are only the acceptor, you become a doormat. The ultimate goal of this test is not to label you, but to show you where your current practice is focused and where it is lacking. It is a diagnostic tool for your soul. If you chose the heavy cup, perhaps your work is to learn delicacy and gratitude. If you chose the minimalist cup, perhaps your work is to learn to embrace the messiness of fate. If you chose the fragile cup, perhaps your work is to toughen your mind against the blows of fortune. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations that the art of life is more like wrestling than dancing. It requires us to be ready, to be firm, but also to be flexible. The next time you reach for a cup of coffee, pause for a second. Look at what you have chosen. Is it a reminder to be strong? Is it a reminder to be present? Is it a reminder to be simple? Understand that every object in your life is a training partner. Every interaction is an opportunity to practice virtue. The coffee isn't indifferent. It is neither good nor bad. But how you drink it, how you choose it, and how you react if it spills, that is where your good and evil lie. That is where your character is formed. Most people go through life reacting blindly to their impulses, slaves to their desires and fears. They are puppets, jerked around by the strings of fortune. But you, by engaging with this philosophy, are cutting the strings. You are taking back the only thing that is truly yours, your reasoned choice. So, drink your coffee, enjoy it, but do not depend on it for your happiness. Build your citadel, but keep the gates open to humanity. Love the moment, but be ready to let it go. This is the Stoic way. It is not an easy path. It is a path of constant effort, constant attention, and constant correction. But it is the only path that leads to true freedom. The test is over. The practice has just begun. Choose your cup, choose your character, and live accordingly.